You are listening to Comedy Club for Kids presents Radio Nonsense, Radio Nonsense, Radio Nonsense, Radio Nonsense, Radio Nonsense. Hello and welcome to Radio Nonsense, the official Comedy Club for Kids podcast that's suitable for all ages from 2. And everything in between. I'm Tiernan, and listeners, how are you? Oh, that's good to hear. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, that hair on your knees really does suit you. And yes, it is brilliant to hear that. And honestly, I can't believe you've managed to balance that bee on your head for quite so long. Well done. And how am I? Oh, that is very nice of you to ask. Listeners, I'm not well. I mean, I am. I don't have a cold or anything, but I'm not in a well, and I'm not a well. So I think that means I'm not well, right? Linda, when people say, are you well, that means you're sitting in a well, right? Collecting water, everything echoing. Linda? Where is she? Who is she? Don't worry, listeners, though. I have been thinking about this as everything on the computers and the television keeps saying about how important well-being is or wellness. And I keep thinking, I'm not a well-being because I'm not in a well. And I don't have wellness as I've not got a well. So that's why I've ordered an instant do-it-yourself build-a-well, and I thought I could put it in Comedy Club for Kids HQ, sit in it, and then I'd be very well. So well. The most well you could be. Oh, there it is. Let me just unpack it. And I need to put it together like this. And there it is, a well. Brilliant. Right, now to get straight in. Great, this seems, well, I guess. And don't worry, I brought the mailbag with me, so let me read this while feeling really well. Okay, this is from Fred is Good 123. Wow, 123rd Good Fred. I mean, there've been a lot of good Freds, haven't there? I think if you're called Fred, you kind of have to be good, right? Because it's a good name, Fred. Or made of bread, Bread Fred. Or both, which is a real result, Good Bread Fred. Fred is Good 123. They are 42 squished railways old, and from New Zealand, not the old Zealand, they've put. And that is good, because the old one is really out of date now and very mouldy. And, I don't think anyone should be there. It's all about the New Zealand. That's what I've heard. Anyway, Fred is Good 123 says, hello, Tiernan. I just want to say thank you for this podcast. I love it so much. So is that I have 1, removed 43 billion skinky pickos. 2, I am the right story. Ounce of the day today, I can get you a bit of the kids are going well for the update listing. Is the only way to do it for sure. I wasn't. Bibe. From Fred is Good 123. Well, that is a lovely, very eloquent, beautifully written message. Thank you, Fred is Good 123. And, because I'm in a well, thank you for removing all the skinty pickos. That was very kind of you, but they were actually keeping the stinky hippos in check. And now you've removed the skinty pickos. There's actually 6 more times stinky hippos than before, because it ruined the ecosystem. And that is terrible, but now I'm in a well, and I don't really care. Francis says, hi, Tiernan, I found Linda in between my toes. Bye. Oh, Francis, you really need to get that seen to. I'm pretty sure there's a cream you can get if you're suffering Linda between the toes. Do get that sorted straight away. It's very serious. I don't know if Linda's a fungi, because I don't know where Linda is or who she is. So she might be a fungi, and in which case I suppose that could be fun for your toes, but it's still not very healthy. Do check that out. Okay, well, I keep saying well when I'm in a well, so it must mean I'm feeling really well. Well, if you want to send in anything at all, whether it's a question you need to have answered, or a joke you want me to read out, or a weird intro for the show, or whatever at all, then please get your nearest plonky jobber nowls, sorry, I mean grown-ups, to help you email me at podcast@comedyclub4kids.co.uk. Or you can leave a review on Apple Podcasts or reply on the Spotify Q&A for each episode. And please also check out comedyclubforkids.co.uk, as we have so many live shows coming up all over the place. Will I be at them? No, of course not. I'm in a well. And I have to say, it is pretty great. In fact, while I sit here... Oh, is that rain? Yeah, no, I'm sure it's fine. While I sit here in this well, you listen to this most importantest bit. Hooray, hooray! It's Dru Cripps on Radio Nonsense today, the world record holder for the most accidentally sunk ships. Dru, it is so nice to have you on the show. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Much drier now since sinking the last ship. Some of those were intentional. They
were?
Just a few of them, yeah. Just for the love of the game, really.
Right.
There are a few accidents, but, one or two, I'm like, I reckon I can sink that one.
That's amazing. Well, you've got the record for the most accidentally sunk ones, but I suppose that doesn't take into account all the purposefully sunk ships.
No, exactly.
Because that's not, you haven't, but does that mean you haven't got the record for most purposefully sunk ship? You need to,
not yet. It's on the way. I want both. And then I want also the middle award, Guinness Book of Records, for was it on purpose, was it not? Sort of grey area ship sinking.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's good. Because there are some times where ships haven't sunk, but they've sort of got stuck in places. There's been quite a few of those in recent years.
That's my work. Yeah.
That was you, right? I thought so, yeah.
I don't know if you remember when that important cargo line was blocked, the ship turn. I forget what it was called now. I was so focused on the boat.
Yes, I can't remember. Was it Suez Canal?
That was me.
That was you.
That was me.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was lovely.
Thank you so
thought
much.
That was artistic.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And what's interesting is that you are, obviously a lot of people get very annoyed when you do it, but you're very respected for you are a professional in the field. There is an expertise there that people understand.
I am. Some people don't really appreciate the art of blocking canals. But I'm a big hit with beavers. They love me.
Right, because all the extra dams and I suppose they'd never. That must did this. I feel sorry going off on a tangent here, but the Suez Canal story. I sort of remember boat stuck there for ages. Eventually, boat not stuck there. But was there a bit in the middle where beavers had a brilliant time in probably the biggest canal they've ever got to live on?
Well, it was actually beavers on the boat. So I got them all to run from one side to the other. And the boat sort of turned, careened. So it was mainly, I can't take full credit. I've let it out my trade secret there. All of the boat sinking I've been doing has been with a team of beavers.
Wow. Listen, just because you've let out the trade secret, it doesn't mean that listeners to the show, as brilliant as they are, that they can emulate what you do. I don't think they can copy that.
No, please don't try it.
You've been doing this for years.
Yeah, I'm a professional. Yeah, there's a lot of risk involved.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of wood chewing. I've really adapted to become part beaver.
Yes, that's got to be. How is eating bits of wood? Is that nice? Do you mind it so much? A lot of splinters in the teeth?
Not as bad as you'd think. And then what's great by the end of chewing down a big log is you do have a toothpick available, or plenty, to pick out the other wood.
That's clever.
Yeah,
that's very clever. And how has it affected your general meal time? Because, for example, in our flat, we have a little wooden table and then we cook dinner, but we eat the dinner off the table. Would you just not bother with the dinner? You just go straight for the table?
The table would be gone, in seconds. I'm getting quite efficient now. Plus, I have workers to feed, so they would come in droves. I don't know how big your flat is, but I've got about 1 million beavers.
Wow, I don't think we could fit. It can probably comfortably it depends. Some beavers are quite large, aren't they? I comfortably fit 10 large beavers.
10 large beavers. I just have to bring the best ones. That'd be tough.
Yes. Yeah, I'm also slightly worried at how how many wooden things there are in my flat and how little I'd have left.
Well, that's
by the
they'd be gone. Yeah.
That's.
I'd also
That's
flood
tricky.
flood your bath, and if you've got one, and
Yeah, right, okay.
plonk some boats in it and sink them. So that'd be
I mean, this is, again, I'll refer back to the fact that we do very much respect your professionalism and your expertise, but I can't imagine you're invited round to many people's homes.
no. I have seen a decline in that. A lot of birthday parties have gone missed.
Mm.
I'm not allowed Christmas. I haven't seen Santa's Grotto in years because that's a lot of logs. And after
Yes.
2009, I've not been allowed back. So Christmas I miss as well. But it's worth
Yeah,
it.
and I mean, there's countries like Norway where a lot of homes have still got wooden bits to them, and garden centres probably a nightmare. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of places you won't be allowed.
And there's so many places I'm not allowed to go, but often I will send several stacked beavers in a long coat to do any of my bidding.
Right.
Yeah, because they're still allowed
Yes.
in many places.
It's one of the I think people forget, and that's obviously why it works. People forget what a brilliant disguise that is.
Yeah,
As long as you've got several of almost any animal, or indeed any child,
yeah.
stacked on top of each other wearing a long coat, people will just think it's a grown adult every
It
single time.
always works. It always works. I've never seen it not work.
No, no, and do you know what? You've probably also seen it, not being aware you've seen it many times. Lots of times, I've definitely thought, I wonder what a detective's doing in the supermarket.
Mm,
Probably was, I don't know, 15 crabs,
exactly.
in a hat.
I mean, are you even sure that you're talking to me right now and not 16 beavers in a trench coat?
No,
I'll
no.
let you've got a 50-50. I'll let you guess. Is it me or is it beavers in a trench coat?
The problem is you are wearing a trench coat,
I
so
am
this
wearing a
is
trench coat.
tricky.
Yep.
You've got hair on your face,
There is hair on my face.
and you've got a plate full of wood that you've been nibbling at in between us talking.
This is true. You'd be a good detective.
Uh, I would be a good detective, but I'm still. Do you know what? Despite all of that, I'm going to say it's you because that still sounds like all the stuff that you would do.
This is correct. Yeah, no, you're
Yes,
bang on.
thank
You
you.
are talking to me today. If I do get
Sure,
bored, I
phew.
might swap in with one of the beavers. But
That's fair.
yeah,
That's very fair. I mean, it's a good test though, isn't it? I mean, I haven't seen again. No, this is you're making me question a lot of things about life here, Drew.
yeah.
I was going to say one of the giveaways is I haven't ever seen. I haven't ever seen a beaver on a Zoom meeting, but then, of course, I wouldn't because it would be several beavers in a trench coat, and I wouldn't know in the first place.
You'd never know. Some of the top businesses in the country are run by just several beavers.
Yes, I thought so.
Yeah,
Right. That makes a lot. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, this is really interesting. And is this also why? Because there's been a big push in the UK, and maybe I don't know if this is happening in other countries as well. There's a big push in the UK to kind of re-wild beavers, put beavers back in forests where they used to be and they aren't anymore.
hmm
And I sort of and I, look, hey, I'm all for that. That's great. I wondered where that push came from. Is that like from the have the beavers basically suggested that to politicians?
I think so. I mean, there's a lot of beavers in politics. Some high-falutin
Right.
individuals that I won't name here, but yeah, that's sort of that calls come from inside the house. That's political beavers making political movements.
Right.
They've sort of they've got their hands or paws rather in many businesses, and now they'd like to everyone wants a holiday. They just want to kick it back to nature. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I respect that. I respect they're hardworking animals, and I'm impressed that they're that. I was going to say scheming, which isn't a nice word. They've got a lot of plans.
Oh yeah.
I think there are some animals you look at and you go, I know this animal's got a lot of plans. Like cats, you always think cats are clearly plotting something evil.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just didn't think the same. It's my fault. I didn't think the same about beavers, and I was clearly wrong.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
it's the cats that do the intentional sinking, and the beavers
that's
that do
it.
the more accidental for fun sinking of shit.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. But then you've also listen, and I don't want to obviously take away credit from the beavers, but there have been times when I believe you've accidentally sunk a boat when you were somewhere else in the world entirely, and it
Yes.
just happened to be a chain of events. You've sneezed the wrong way,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
I don't know. You pressed the wrong button on a keypad, and then a boat sunk somewhere in the Pacific.
Well, I remember. I'm sure you were there. Do you remember the big sneeze of '06?
Yes, I do.
That was awful. That was awful. I mean,
Mm,
some say my best work. Some say, just I've gone too far. You rein
mm.
it in a little bit. But I mean, you were there. You were there. You saw the big sneeze of '06.
You say I saw it, but it was so powerful. I closed my eyes
I see.
instinctively to protect myself
Okay.
from and obviously I wasn't in the direction of the sneeze, which is why I am still here today.
Yes.
But a bit like when an explosion goes off, there's a sort of radius
Mm.
of noise and air movement around it. I had to close my eyes and shield
Oh,
myself
I see.
because it
I
was so
see.
powerful. Yeah,
I've been
yeah.
I've been learning how to channel the power. Well, I'm one of the only people in the country that can sneeze with my eyes open.
Wow,
Yeah,
wow.
it's really helped with aiming since '06 when I, resunk the Titanic, brought it up with my sneeze, and then sent it back down
Yes,
again.
right.
Uh,
Yes. Well, that was yes. We all know about that, and that was fantastic. And what was lovely is watching people be overjoyed when you brought it back
yeah,
up, and then even more angry when you sent it back down, and that was
absolutely.
really something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that is for me. That is my artistry right there. It's about the
Yes.
expectation and then the disappointment, and really that's how I've been living my life since day one.
I think that's true artist. If you make art and it doesn't provoke a reaction, then is it art? That's what I would
Exactly,
say.
exactly. And sometimes that reaction is allergic, and of course that can lead to sneezing as well.
That's also true. Yes, I think is that am I right in thinking in '06 that was that just hay fever?
I think it was hay fever, and just general windiness, lots of pollen out and about,
Yeah.
and I
Mm.
thought there's a great opportunity here, or at least you know I just thought I'll just sneeze, but I didn't think the sneeze was going to bring up and send down the Titanic again.
Well, yeah,
Sometimes these things happen.
they just happen. They just happen. I also, do you know what you've reminded? I don't bring up that sneeze often enough. I get told off by my wife for doing incredibly loud sneezes. Like
Mm,
she gets annoyed at how loud my sneezes are, and it's not something I feel I can control.
mm,
I think they just happen. Like, I don't plan a sneeze, unlike yourself.
mm, mm,
But your sneezes are so incredibly powerfully loud that I
mm.
feel I need to bring up yours just to prove that mine are actually all right.
Well, should we for our listeners, should we let you do one, which is sort of like a normal, yeah, sorry, normal sort of untrained sneeze, and then I'll do my professional sneeze if you want.
Yeah, I'll try. I can't do it as I'll try and I'll have to sort of recreate a bit like when there's a TV show and they recreate a true event.
Sure.
I'm gonna have to recreate a sneeze because I don't think I can sneeze on command. I'm not that
You can't sneeze on
professional.
command.
I can't sneeze on
Oh
command.
my
No,
gosh,
no.
what have you been doing?
Having noodles, pointing at the bees.
Oh,
Just
that
lots
seems
of things. I
quite
haven't
busy.
been.
Yeah, yeah, no.
Yeah,
That's,
I've got a lot on.
that seems that
Yeah,
seems like a lot. Yeah, no, okay. Fair.
yeah. But I could try and emulate this if I do the sound. I've used the word emulate twice. It's a very clever word, and I think some of our listeners will know what it is.
Mm.
I don't know if I know what it is, but I keep using it. It
Emulate.
sounds
Is that
good,
not
doesn't
what
it?
you put in
Emulate.
between tiles in the bathroom?
Yes, I think that's it. Yeah. Well, no, you're close, but it's actually emulate, and it's made from emus. I think it might be emu spit actually.
Right, yeah.
But you're right; it is still used for the tiles, but it's the particular brand that's.
Emus.
Anyway,
Now, I haven't used emus. Cats and beavers I've used, but emu
yes,
spit might be that you're giving me some ideas here for my next project.
I think the problem is. Oh, isn't no? Maybe that's ostriches. Which ones put their heads in the sand? Is that ostriches?
I believe so. Speaking of sticking heads in sand, are you going to sneeze? I want to hear it.
I am going to say my sneeze would go something like a Joe, something like
That
that.
was really
Right?
nice. I think that.
Was that nice?
Yeah, I'll clap, and I'm
Thank
sure
you,
the
thank
listeners
you,
at home will as well. I thought that was really good.
thank you. That's how it would normally sound
Okay.
if I did a real one. Yeah.
Oh, amazing! It's really good.
Okay. And
What?
can you sneeze? You can sneeze now on
Oh,
command.
I
Can
don't.
you?
I don't do that for free. No.
Oh, I see. I
Oh,
see.
okay. Look for
Okay.
you for today. Okay, here we go. Okay. If anyone's listening at home, that please step away from your monitors, put your fingers in your ears, and remove any headphones. Here we go. Okay.
Very sensible.
Here we go.
Wow.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
That was amazing, and I don't want to disappoint you there, Drew, but I think the way in which we're recording this, I think it's censored you slightly
Yeah, no.
because your sneeze was so powerful.
It should. It should. Yeah.
That I don't think the full noise came out, but that's probably best for the listeners, to be honest,
I
because
think so. Yeah.
yeah, I was very worried my ears were about to melt away there.
I think some of them will have felt it right now and gone, "What was that?" And now they know context-wise it was a sneeze. I'm sure I'm going to get a phone call from the news in a second asking if that was me. Yeah.
That's fine. I don't mind if you take that call during this recording. I just want to let you know that.
Okay, well that's good to know.
Because I understand you're a busy man. You've got to do these things. You know, you can't turn down the news.
I can't turn down the news.
Yeah, exactly. The news.
The news.
It's
was that emus?
Emus. You can't turn down emus. Yeah,
they're busy doing the grouting in my bathroom.
Yes, but they also do the 10 o'clock emus. You see, and they're the 6 o'clock emus. Very important. 10 o'clock emus important.
And they're all of different sizes, I believe. The emus
That's right. Yes,
the news. The bigger ones do the later news. The smaller emus do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I mean, what I like is they have a system, and it works. And you know, you can't say that for everyone.
Mm.
Yeah.
No, they're very efficient emus.
Yes. In just as creatures, you mean?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'd love the ability to just be able to stick my head in the floor. That'd be great.
But is that ostriches or is that? I see now.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, this is my worry. Is I thought that's why I was asking earlier, because if it's emus that stick their head in the sand and you were to put emus on a boat, I would worry that you'd go by a bank and the emus would stick their heads in the sand and the boat wouldn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's ostriches that do it, then emus on a boat, I don't know how helpful that would be.
Who's driving, the emu or the ostriches?
A coyote. I don't know how that happened.
It's like Noah's Ark.
It is, yeah. That's very true. Which now you bring that up, it's quite amazing that didn't get stuck in the Suez Canal.
What, Noah's Ark?
Yeah, based on who was on it.
Yes, it's true. Yeah. Of course, as well, that ship was double the size to make room for double the passengers.
Yes, that's true. That's true. It had to be big. It had 2 of every animal, so it would have included whales, which would have been pointless.
All of Wales?
All of Wales, but Wales twice. It had to have 2.
My gosh.
Yeah.
2 times the whales. Probably 2 times the canals as well, though, back then. Of course.
That's true, yeah.
Back when everything was double, you know?
Yeah, those are good times, actually. I like that, because if one, for example, sunk, then you'd always have another one. So, you know, It's handy, isn't it?
That's where Kit Kats came from, wasn't it, back then?
It was where Kit Kats, double decker, Twix bars, yeah.
Yeah, because they used to just be one, didn't they, for a bit?
Yes, yeah.
That's
true.
Then the Ark came along and people were like, this doubling up business. I quite like that.
Same with socks as well. You used to only get one sock in a pack.
One sock, yeah, that was awful. One glove.
One glove, yeah. There was a song about
that. Of course, monocles as well. Monocles were really popular back in the day. And then someone was like, you know what? Glasses, let's double them up.
Yes.
Everything's better double, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's true. I think I don't know, I'm trying to think. I wouldn't want to stub my toe twice. I don't want to stub it once, though, so that probably doesn't make... It's probably not that helpful.
I mean, toes, what's happened there? You haven't got 2 toes. How many have you got? 10?
Yeah, but you've got doubles of each type of toe, because you've got like big toes, little toes, and then... What are the other ones called?
Big toe, little toe, Fred, smaller toe, toe point O, the remix.
L toe. There's L toe, isn't there? The important one. Yeah,
that one's really high up on the foot.
Yeah.
What else is there?
There's Tony, I think.
Tony, yeah,
big Tony, yeah.
And there's that really aggressive one.
What's that?
Mistletoe.
Oh, mistletoe. Yeah, that's really dangerous.
Really dangerous.
Whereas potato, very useful.
Very useful potato.
Yes.
Probably the tastiest of the toes.
Yeah, but it's hard. You toss up between that and tomato.
Mm.
Yeah.
I used to be able to get my toes to touch my nose, but I don't know if I can do that anymore.
Wow. And was that helpful?
It used to get me out of a lot of trouble. Yeah.
Right, right. Is that right? Okay. Is that and how would it do? Is that because people would say, "Hey, Drew, you've done this," and you'd be like, "I can't because my toes are on my
Yeah.
nose. I couldn't
My
possibly
toes
do
are
it."
on my nose. They were like, "We think you've sunk that ship." I'm like, "No, no, no. I was over here with my toes on my nose.
That's
Look."
very clever. Were you constantly able to smell check your own feet? Was it useful for that?
Yes, and honestly, all I was able to do was confirm that they did stink. But then that was it. I didn't do anything past that. Just
Oh,
went,
okay,
"Yep, they
okay.
still stink." But at least I knew they were mine. You know, when
Yeah,
you pick
yeah.
up a jumper and you're not sure if it's yours, so you
Mm,
smell it. I used to smell my toes and go, "Well, they're definitely my toes. No one's replaced them or swapped them or
very
taken
handy.
one."
Very, very handy. You never know who's taking your toes, and I think that is a good way to double check.
I think all listeners should check that they've got all their own toes now, as many as they came in with,
Yes,
um,
yes.
just
Yeah.
through smell. Because sight can be deceptive. They're so far away.
Mm. Yeah, and also little toes so small. You're like, can you really see it? Sometimes,
Exactly.
sometimes it's a bit squished. Yeah. Well, listen, Drew. This is. I'm so pleased that you had time in between all your artistic endeavours and record-breaking achievements with beavers and indeed now emus. I'm so excited that you had time to come on this show. I do have a question that I think you are the person that can answer it, and I
Yeah, of
will
course.
need your expertise. But before I do that, I think you're aware I got two legally binding admin questions that I have to ask you.
Oh,
So the
okay.
show can go ahead. Are you all right with admin? Are you all right with legally
Admin's
binding
absolutely
admin?
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me just confer with my. I've got a lawyer here. He's just on the floor. I'm just gonna.
Okay.
He's a
Yeah.
beaver, so I
Right.
won't.
Sure. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Is that? Can I? He gave me two web thumbs up, so I think we're good.
That's good. Can I ask? Is he wearing a trench coat? Or is he just wearing a small, like, smart waistcoat and tie?
He's got a top hat and a monocle.
Lovely. Okay.
Yeah,
I trust him.
yeah, as do I with my life.
Yeah, well, it's just when you have a lawyer with a legal opinion, if they're wearing a top hat and tie, you know that they've got the correct legal
Yes.
opinion. That's all.
Yeah, of course.
I'm
My
saying. I'm just
previous lawyer used to just wear sweatsuit,
no, no.
snapback, and I was like, that's very unprofessional, even for a beaver.
Yeah, I just wouldn't. I wouldn't take their legal advice. I'd be worried about
No.
that. I'd be really worried. Well. I'm glad you can take these questions.
Yeah.
Take your time with them. They're not easy, but they are necessary. The first is and Drew, I'm sure you're aware of this, but we have listeners to this show of all possible ages from the Ice Age, the Middle Age, 200, whatever age you can imagine. Not 100. They're not allowed. It's a long story. But every other age. And so I just want to check if there are any rude words you won't be saying during the show to make sure it's family friendly.
Wow. There's actually it's becoming more commonplace now. I've stopped saying this big beaver swear word.
Oh, okay.
They don't like it. I used to say it a lot. I'm just going to check with my lawyer if it's okay for me
Okay,
to.
yeah, you go for it. You go for it. Yep, yep.
Just because, but beavers are moving out of the corporate world. They're back in nature. We'll see them
Mm-hmm.
around. So if you meet a beaver, you're never to say, "Did that come through?"
It didn't. It didn't come through. It didn't come through. What was the?
You're not getting that.
I'm not getting that. No, is it?
It's a chance that you don't speak beaver.
It's. I don't. No, I don't. It's one of the. It was offered in, I think, junior school, but
Yeah,
everyone chose French.
I did it at GCSE.
Oh yes, that
Just
makes more sense. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
humble
yeah.
brag. It didn't come through at all. I'm
No, it
wondering
didn't
if
come
it's
through.
because the technology we have here can't pick up beaver noise.
No, which is again part of the ongoing prejudice against them.
Hmm. I
Yeah, I'm
wonder what I
sorry,
can.
but it's. I mean, I'm pleased you won't be saying it because the issue is while I wouldn't have heard that, any listeners who are beavers, and I'm sure we have some, they would have heard that, and of course
Oh, okay.
that's why you not saying it is good because then they won't be offended.
Well, what they can do is they can write in, can't they, and say what was said.
Yes, I think so.
For any
Yeah.
translators of beaver, I'll just say it one more time. and then I'll never say it again. I'm really
Wow.
sorry that I've
Yeah.
to say
Well,
that.
that's all right. Can I ask? Do you have a translation into English for that word?
I do, yes. It's sort of, you know where your elbow is.
Mm. Mm.
So Beaver is very famous for their hatred of elbows.
Oh, right.
So it basically translates into, "Oh, look at your elbow, you weirdo."
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That's wow. Yeah. That's. I mean that. Yeah. I'm glad you're not going to say that on this show because that's.
No, I probably won't say that. If I do fall silent, there's a chance I've said it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but that'll just be for Beaver listeners at home.
Well, it's also we do have a lot of listeners with elbows, much like listeners with toes. Not all of them. There'll be some probably some worms tuning in that are it won't be bothered. But I think it will upset quite a lot of them with elbows. So thank you for not saying
That's all right.
that elbow slur on this show.
That's fine.
Thank you. Well, in which case, Drew, thank you for answering that. The other question I do have to ask you is, would you rather that whenever you talk to people, you automatically did a terrible impression of them to their face, or whenever you blinked, you hiccuped?
I think being able to blink, that's kind of, I think just to be able to blink would be nice. I don't have any eyelids, but also to be able to blink and hiccup,
Yes.
I think would be great. Imagine all of the trouble you could get yourself out of, you know? Oh, where's your homework? And you just start blinking a lot. You confuse them with a barrage of blinking and hiccups until you're pretty much left alone. I think that would be perfect. Get out of any situation.
Yeah, there is a thing with hiccups where people insist they know how you can get rid of them. They always have drink the water from an upside down glass through your ear or whatever, and like make sure that you're scared by a wombat at 3 a.m. or they've got all these weird suggestions. So I worry that if you were, people tend to most people with eyelids, so not including yourself, they do tend to blink a lot. It would be a lot of hiccups. You'd get a lot of unwanted advice.
I see. But I mean, just the ability to barrage. Like, I think if we try it now, like loads of hiccups and loads of blinking, I'll give it a go and just to see how it feels.
Okay, you go for it.
How was that for you?
That's quite entertaining, actually. I quite enjoyed that. Yeah.
I think if we all tried that next time we're in a situation that requires it, which is I don't know, breakfast. Seeing a friend we haven't seen in a long time, just showing them that I think it's the way forwards.
It's a very nice thing, and I think you're probably safer. I think you'd impress more people with that than doing a terrible impression of them every time you met them. I do think that there are risks with that. Well, where some people might be flattered. I think some people might be really flattered, but a lot of people I think would think, this isn't very nice.
Also, I give 110% everything I do. Sinking ships, collecting as many beavers as possible. So if I'm doing an impression of someone, it's got to be amazing. I've been working on my impression of you. Would you like to hear it?
Yes, yeah, please do. Yeah, go for it.
Oh, hello. Oh, it's so nice to be here.
Wow.
How's that?
That was weird.
Good, right?
That was like hearing myself. That was like hearing me talk to me. That's never happened before. That was
like hearing me talk to me.
Wow, that was wow. I have to say now, you see, the problem is now that I know you can do such good impressions.
Yeah.
I'm starting to wonder if you should have gone for the being able to do an impression of it, because
I see, yeah.
That's quite nice,
really good
actually. At it. Yeah.
That is really good.
How would you do I'm just trying to think of someone say if you met Taylor Swift, how would you do an impression of Taylor Swift?
So she sounds like this. Oh, hello, I'm Taylor Swift.
Wow.
La, 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 la.
That was
pretty good, right?
I mean, that was uncanny. That was amazing.
Yeah. I can do loads. You can ask any celebrity. I can do them all.
I'm trying to think who's what about Timothy Chalamet?
Oh, Timothy Chalamet, yeah, classic. It's me, Timothy Chalamet.
Wow, this is great. Listen, Drew, I shouldn't interfere in your answer with this because it is as I say, it's a legally binding admin question. But I really think you need to reconsider the hiccup links because I didn't know you could do impressions like that before I asked this question.
It's how I get out of a lot of the trouble with the sinking of the ships, like the
Yes,
legality, or if I'm talking to the emus, they come, they've got their microphones, they say, "Was it you?" And I just go, a lot of blinking, a lot of hiccups, and then a quick impression of someone else, and I slip away,
it's
riding on a
amazing.
million beavers. I think it's I don't know if I had to do it every time I met someone. I don't know if I would be able to use that get out of jail free card. People would
That's
cotton
true.
on me like, "Oh, he's the really good impression guy."
That's true. You want to use it carefully and when it's needed, as opposed to all the time. That's very smart.
Yeah.
Very smart. I didn't take that into account. Well, thank you, in which case you've really thought the question through. I really appreciate that, and good luck with your hiccup blinking. And listen, so we've had this question come in from someone who actually it's interesting when you hear this name and then you hear the question. But this person is called Cat the Bird,
Mm.
which is a clever bird who's called themselves cat, so that cats probably won't attack them as a bird. Yeah, I mean it's really smart.
It is really clever. It's like
Really
modern
clever.
camouflage. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really impressed, and they have asked, and you want obviously they've got something invested in this being a bird themselves, but they have
Yes.
asked if land dinosaurs became birds, then what did aquatic dinosaurs become?
Oh, I see.
Mm.
Yeah. So when those dinosaurs they evolved and they went upwards to become birds, understood.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other ones, they were like anti-evolution. They didn't want to go anywhere, man. So they went the other direction. They got smaller and smaller and wetter and wetter until they just became liquid.
Wow.
So they're sort of, when it rains,
Mm.
that's the dinosaurs that were too lazy to do
Wow.
anything else. Yeah.
So, wow. So so when you get an umbrella, it's to stop you getting hit in the face by dinosaurs.
Oh yeah, every time it's raining, when people go out there and they're like dancing in the rain, I'm like, be careful, their site's based on movement, and that's how they get so wet. Just
Wow. That's fascinating. And so, yeah, I've had times where I've not been prepared for rain. My feet have got soaked, and I think, and then I've taken them home. I've had to dry them out, and essentially I've just evaporated a lot of dinosaurs.
yeah, I mean, catastrophic level. I don't know if you've ever had a wet sock.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's horrible.
That's
Yeah.
like that's dinosaur trans. You brought a dinosaur into your home via osmosis, which is a big word
Wow, that is a
that
big
I've
word.
not used correctly.
That's better than emulate. Osmos is that when somebody from Australia has a sister, or somebody from Australia
Yeah,
called
cool.
Mo has a sister. Is that how it is?
That's
Yes,
it. Yeah, an Australian man called Mo, and he goes, "This is my sister."
and that's
Sorry, they're
osmosis.
the
Yeah,
good impressions coming out again.
that was good. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, really
well,
good.
thank you. That
Yeah.
was the Australian Prime Minister right there.
Wow, wow. He has a sister. That's wow. That's very impressive. I mean, I've so many questions because that means puddles are dinosaurs. It means
Yeah.
water reservoirs are dinosaurs. Probably we're drinking dinosaurs every
Hmm.
time we have a cup of water because that comes from rain into reservoirs, or do they filter out the dinosaur bits in the
Depends
factory?
how good your filter system is. Of course, some of them that moved into the water, they didn't, or became water. Some of them managed to hang on a little bit to their body shape. So a lot of them are just in the sewers.
Right. Okay. Just being dinosaurs.
Just dinosaurs in the sewers. That's why if you've ever lost a goldfish and flushed it down the toilet,
Mm.
it's to keep the dinosaurs that are down there fed.
Right. That makes sense. I do also worry about what else they're eating.
Yeah, well, they've got a very robust diet.
Yeah, that makes sense
That's
to
why
me.
you're not supposed to flush things down the toilet that might clog it, because dinosaurs don't really enjoy plastic, toothbrushes, baguettes, marbles.
Hmm.
So don't flush any of that down the toilet because they don't. It hurts their teeth.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, isn't it amazing? Because sometimes when you walk past like a manhole cover, I think that's what they're called, aren't they? Women hold cover.
Mm.
Everybody hold cover. Anyway, when you walk past one of them, there sometimes you hear like blah, 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 and that must
Yeah,
be dinosaur sounds. I'm guessing.
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, just at the end of a chain flush, you can hear the hiss of a dinosaur.
Mm.
You know, whoosh, and then you can hear it. Some people think that that's the water refilling. It's not. It's dinosaurs that are sort of looking for the food that may be coming down.
That's amazing. And I suppose the water that is also refilling is also dinosaurs.
Yeah, it's a sort of dinosaur eat dinosaur world or drink dinosaur world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really. I mean, it's amazing because I know that oil is squished dinosaurs. So now
Yeah,
water is sort of some dinosaurs. The sewers are
yeah.
filled with other dinosaurs. I'm starting to wonder if there's anything in our lives that isn't dinosaurs.
I think we are all dinosaurs.
Right.
Uh, and I mean, there's other theories out there, and other theories are available. Um, but we are all, for the most part, scientifically proven to be dinosaurs. Some of us are cats, birds, and birds that were cats called cats now birds. But I mean, if you zoom out, it's all dinosaurs, man.
Well, that's it. Birds were dinosaurs, and cats probably were. Actually, I can't imagine cats being anything other than cats. I have to say, I think when I think about all the different animals, most of them I can imagine as dinosaurs. I look at cats and I think they would. I don't think they would have wanted to be a dinosaur for a second.
No, I don't think they would have needed to either.
No.
I don't think a dinosaur would have bothered a cat back in the day. A cat's got a lot of attitude.
Yeah, no, they probably had to. Probably they were bossing dinosaurs around to get them milk and cat food all the time. I can see that happening. So,
I mean, what I'm looking forward to is the great return when we all go back to being dinosaurs. Of course, that will happen at some point. We've all gone from, dinosaurs to catbirds to bird cats to humans. And then obviously when we return to dinosaurs, I'm hoping I get to be like a velociraptor or one of the big ones that eat trees.
Nice. That's nice. Well, and my worry, we've already discussed my flat and how many large beavers would fit in it. If I turned into a big dinosaur, I would be too big to live here. But that's when your team of beavers could come in and eat everything, and then I could fit in it. Unless those beavers have also turned into dinosaurs.
Well, the beavers, I don't know how it works. I think it's our turn next.
Okay.
I think everyone else has had a go, and I think humans, we've been here for a while now. It's our turn to turn back into dinosaurs. But, I can assemble a team of beavers. We can get some emu enamel, and we can construct you a nice big home. What type of dinosaur do you think you might be turning into? Can you feel it already?
I've got a feeling, probably like a Triceratops, maybe a Stegosaurus, one of those guys.
Yeah, I do see that for you. Is that a small horn there on your forehead?
I think it keeps growing. I keep having to remove it so I could put a hat on.
Right, I see.
Yeah, it's a tricky... because sometimes it's nice to put a hat on, and that really gets in the way. So yeah.
I see. Well, good luck with becoming that Triceratops.
Thank you. And listen, thank you for answering Cat the Birds, Bird the Cat's very important dinosaur question. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate you having time to come and chat to us today in between all the intentional and unintentional boat sinkings / beaver organisation. What have you got coming up in the next 3 months, 2 weeks, 1 day, 7 minutes and 48 seconds?
Oh, I'm making a sandwich.
Great.
On that.
Great.
Yes. This will be the first sandwich I've had in 3 months, which is great. I'm excited about that. As you know, I'm banned from a lot of places, so picking up the necessary ingredients, bread, cheese, spanners, it can be quite difficult, but I've managed now to assemble enough beavers that they pop into the local supermarket for me that day, bringing it back, and I'm going to construct a sandwich.
Wow. Well, listen, I'm really happy for you, and I hope that sandwich is great. I hope that's a great sandwich. And good luck with that. I hope maybe you can have some crisps on the side.
Wow. I'd be pushing it, but I'll have a go.
But you got to dream big. You got to dream real big. Listen, Drew, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for coming on the show, and hopefully we'll speak to you soon.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm off now. If you see any beavers outside of your home, just let them in. They're there for a reason.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, sorry. There is a lot of rain now. Big thanks to Dru Cripps for taking time in between sinking boats to help answer Cat the Bird's question. Cat, I hope you liked your answer, but if not, why not take any complaints you have, bury them deep into the earth, and then they'll become fossilised, and in years to come, an archaeologist will dig them up and say, and I'll never have to see them. If you... If you have a question you need to have answered on this show, or you want to send in anything else at all, please get your nearest plonky jobber-nows, grown-ups, to help you email me at podcast@comedyclub4kids.co.uk. Or you can leave a review on Apple Podcasts, or reply on the Spotify Q&A for each episode. And please also check out comedyclubforkids.co.uk too for all of our live shows. This rain really isn't very nice. It's got very heavy, and there's sort of nowhere to hide from it in a well. It just seems to be getting more full of water, and I'm quite cold. And I don't actually feel very well at all, listeners. Hello? Can someone get me out of this well before it fills up anymore? Hello? Help? Anyone? Anyone, please? Oh, a rescue dog. Amazing. And it's brought a rope ladder. Great. Oh, and some snacks. Thank you. I'm out of the well. Thanks, dog. How useful you were here. And I have to say, I don't recommend sitting in a well if you want to feel well. I'm going to return that well to sender. Bye, stupid well. But I still don't feel great, you know. I think maybe, I'm going to put some strings on my head and tie them to my feet, and then I need someone to put me on their shoulder and use a bow to play the strings with. That would feel great, right? Don't worry, listeners, I think I've got it this time. See you next week when I'll be as fit as a fiddle. Bye!
You have been listening to Comedy Club for Kids Presents. Radio nonsense, radio nonsense, radio nonsense, radio nonsense, radio nonsense. It's the